Nintendo 64 game prices have been all over the place, so I went ahead and grabbed games from my game collection, and we're going to talk about the price today compared to 6 months ago. Now, I made one of these videos last week, and you guys seem to enjoy it, so let's get into part 2. Before we get into the pricing, I want to set some guidelines for this video. These are all games from my game collection. They are all going to be loose cart prices. Now, I could talk about complete in-box games, but that's where the money just gets absolutely crazy, so we're sticking with loose cartridges for this video, as well as using price charting as a standard of pricing. Now, sometimes price charting is off, but for this video and for these purposes, it is perfect, and it'll help us figure out the market value of these games. First off, I wanted to talk about Yoshi's Story. Now, why did I pick this game? Because I feel like this is one of those games that's a ton of fun and is well worth picking up, but the hype isn't there for this game. So when I looked this game up, currently the prices on price charting are $26, but if we go back 6 months, this game is only worth $25. So realistically, the price didn't really change on this game, but I think that's probably just because of the demand. This game is a fun game, but a lot of people don't talk about this game, which is a sad fact because this is awesome, but I didn't really anticipate this to actually change very much. The next game we are talking about is Star Fox 64. Now, this game kind of falls into a different category than Yoshi's Story, but it kind of falls within the same realm of kind of the pricing. This game currently today is only worth $20 loose cartridge, but if you go back 6 months, this was only worth $19. Well, why is this? I think this game is not going up in value very much because they made so many copies of this. If you want to play Star Fox 64, you probably already have it in your collection, and if you don't, you can find this game for pretty cheap because they made so many copies. So that's why I don't think the price on this game has fluctuated very much. Moving on, we've got Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, this is an amazing game on the system. It's one of, if not is, the best game on the system, and the next game you guys can argue about between, but this is an amazing game. Now, when you look at the price charting prices, right now this game is worth $30, but if you go back 6 months, this game was worth $33. So why did this game go down in value? About 10%, maybe a little less, but you see what I'm saying. This went down in value, which is kind of surprising, but I think people who want to play this game have already played it, or they already have it in their collection, so there really isn't much demand for it. But this game was mass produced. This is probably one of the games that had the most copies of it made, so I feel like the supply is there, but the demand just isn't. So I feel like that's probably why this game went down in value, but also there's a few other ways to play it as well because there were remakes and re-releases. Moving on to probably my favorite Nintendo 64 game, and that is Super Mario 64. Now, you probably know that this game came out and everyone loved it. It changed the dynamic for the 64 and everything around it. But what are the prices on this? Currently, right now, this game is worth $25, but if you go back 6 months, this game is worth $31. So yes, the value has dropped $6 in 6 months. Now, why is that? Now, I think this probably falls in the same category as Ocarina of Time. It's an amazing game and everyone has played it, or there's other ways to play it, but the demand just isn't there for this game, but the supply is. They made millions of these copies, and so that's why I don't think this game is worth as much as it was 6 months ago. People haven't been wanting to buy it, and if they are, you can get this remastered on the Switch or on a few other places as well. Next up, we have Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, and if you can tell, there's a clear package around this, or label, from Blockbuster. I left that on, but I didn't want to remove the label and mess it up. But this game is actually pretty valuable. Right now, if you look this game up, it is going for $40 on price charting. But if you go back 6 months, this was only $29. So that's an $11 difference, increased for the last 6 months. So why is this going up? First off, this is a fun game. If you've never played this on the 64, you definitely should, because it's just so much fun. Now also, I think this is one of those games that's kind of harder to find on the system. I don't see this game very much out in the wild. And so when I see that this game went up $11 in the last 6 months, it kind of tells me that people want to play this game, but it's kind of hard to find. Moving on, we've got one of my favorite games on the system, and that is Paper Mario. Now, this is a ton of fun and is always well worth picking up, so if you see it, you definitely should. Sadly, there's a rip on my label, but we're not going to care too much about this. Currently, this price on price charting is $80, but if you go back 6 months, it was only $71. So this is going up about 10% in value over the last 6 months, which is pretty awesome because I love this game and I feel like people don't talk about this as much as they should when it comes to the Nintendo 64, probably because it's kind of a rare game or harder to get your hands on. But this is an awesome game, so I know why the price is going up, because supply and demand. People want this game, but they didn't make as many as they did Super Mario 64 or Zelda Ocarina of Time, so when I see this game, if I see it out in the wild, I'm probably gonna pick it up if it's a good price, so $80 for this is awesome. Last but not least, we're gonna talk about Ogre Battle. Now, I have had this on my 64 for a long time now. I have a box, but we're not talking about those prices now. But right now, if you have this game loose cartridge, it is going for $115. Yes, this game loose is worth more than $100. But if you go back 6 months, this game was only worth $75. So in 6 months, the value of this game has gone up $40, which is almost 50%, which is absolutely crazy. Now, when I see this game, I'm glad I have it in my collection because the price of this game is just going up and up and up since I bought it. So when I see it, I'm always happy, but this game is one of those games that's harder to find, especially in the box. But just the cartridge alone is hard to find, so if you see this out in the wild, you should definitely pick it up because the prices of this I don't think are going to come down anytime soon. So there we go. These 7 games, some of them have gone up in value and others have gone down in value. I love this series because I can look at how much the games are, how much they were, and kind of figure out why they're going up or down. And really, if you're trying to buy some of these games, you should probably buy them before they go up, whereas other games are kind of settling down, and it also is probably a good time to buy those as well. So if you like this video, comment down below and let me know. Also, if you want to support the channel, down below is a link that says join membership. Check that out. You will get access to the videos 24 hours before they go up. And also like, comment, and subscribe, all that cool stuff. If you like this video, let me know, but I'm gonna get out of here. This is all I got for you guys. Peace.